It's spinning. My
All right.
computer's going. All right, there we go. You do the
Hey,
intro.
hey guys, welcome to Man on the Metaverse. We've been off for a while, but thank
We
God we're
have.
back here. We got the best dad over there, Brandon, Beach
Yes,
Dad,
sir.
and we got Lewis for My Life, My Money. And if you need your black man fix, go ahead and click that link.
Yeah.
Uh, now
Subscribe, please. Please subscribe.
Brandon got a chain, but I got his pendant over here. you know, so
That's
so we
funny.
so we kind of doing. I said, okay, I can't get them both at the same time, but I got this pendant over here.
Right. And I was just telling my wife because I was telling her, I was like, I think I want a chain. Like me, because me and you had that conversation about a chain, and she went out and just I guess she was on the internet and found me one. This is a stainless steel one, just so I could kind of get a feel of how it is and how it looks. I say, yeah, I think I
It
may
looks
invest.
nice.
I may invest in a serious one and get a round piece and put my grandmother on one of the ones like you got in your hand. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think I think I may go that route. But yeah, I have never. Well, I take that back because I did have a chain at one point. If you
It
remember,
wasn't no stainless steel either, because stainless steel ain't turning green.
right, I bought a chain in the middle of the mall, so that's a story in itself. But Lewis, what you want to get into?
So Brady got his chain. He's doing halfway. I'm doing halfway. See, guys, you got
Right.
a budget in life, just like this. Like the Lakers are failed. Let me tell you something, Brandon.
Go
The
ahead, please.
Lakers. I don't even want to talk about basketball today. The Lakers, Boston, the Warriors, and the Grizzlies won't never win no more championships
And why is that?
because they're inconsistent.
Mhm.
They cannot play the same game all the time.
And are they hungry for it? Like you got to be really hungry if you're gonna win today's basketball. You can't have this new age outlook and you just chilling. You worrying about the fashion. Miami Heat, they might be worrying about the fashion, but when they get on the court, they ready to play. Denver, same way. They
Yeah,
they here to play. They here to
it's
play.
it's consistent. So
Right.
Anthony Davis, if you already knew the series, they have to win the first series. So he'd be
Right.
good one game, bad the next game, good the
Right.
next game, bad the other one. So it'll work out in four.
Right.
Uh, the Warriors, last time the Warriors was really good was 2015. That's when Clay and Curry could play consistent every single game.
Every game. Every game.
See, now Clay
Clay will
only
disappear. He'll disappear.
he got one game in him, man. And
Right.
Curry has 3 games in him. How many games you need to win, Brennan?
You need 4 to win.
There you go. So it could go either way.
Correct.
And it's the same thing with the Lakers, same thing with Boston. But
Correct.
Brandon, man, I want to share my screen. We had some of our Latino brothers.
I don't know where this is going, but I'm interested.
Well, hold
'Cause-
on. Yeah, share audio. Okay, yeah, click. Select. Yeah, it's the whole screen, man. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing over here.
Right.
We got some of our Latinos brothers.
Oh.
Everybody got a mouth to talk, right? God
Right.
God bless everybody with a mouth to talk. But Brandon, I just want you to hear with your man John Locasomo, aka Luigi.
Yes.
I want to hear what he said about our Latinos brothers and sisters. All right.
All right, go ahead.
What's you got the red bottom hat? What the red bottom shoes called?
Christian Louboutins.
You got that's a Louis Vuitton hat.
No, it's just a Texas, a Tennessee Titans hat.
You'll fool people with that red bottom at the brim.
I know.
All right, here it is.
The host, the creator, and so much more. John Leguizamo. John, buddy, good to see you. How are you?
Great to see you. Un placer.
Igual. Oh, yeah, John, this is such a labor of love for you to showcase the contributions of all of us Latinos in this country. What did you learn along the way? I learned something by watching it as well.
Well, I mean, Latin people, we're the largest ethnic group in America, the oldest ethnic group.
We built this country. We suffered in this country. We were oppressed, and we're thriving. We add $2.8 trillion to the GDP every year. If we were our own country, we'd be the 5th largest economy in the world, bigger than England, bigger than Italy, bigger than Brazil. And that's just in America. So I found Latin excellence all over America, in Chicago, in DC, in Miami, in Puerto Rico, in LA, in New York. And we ate, we danced, and we celebrated, because nobody knows how to enjoy life as good as Latinos. That's true. Now we're looking at this one in New York, where, of course, you're just raised in New York City. And I'm just thinking, John, some of the things that you brought out and I'm thinking of DJ Tony Touch, and so many other people that have been so instrumental in things like culture, and even in hip hop, that I wasn't quite aware of just the influence there. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, we've been part of so many things. I mean, we're great inventors. We got incredible ingenuity, and we were part of the building of the hip hop culture. It is Black culture, but we didn't assist. We did a Scottie Pippen to a Michael Jordan, because we were there. We were the ones that photographed all those photographs you see of the beginnings of hip hop. That was us. The beginning of breakdancing, Crazy Legs invented the move. Graffiti, we were the instrumental purveyors of that art craft. So yeah, that's what I go around America finding all this Latin excellence. I got to tell you, John, after watching your series, I actually went and listened.
All right, Brandon. Now, our man John Leguizamo, back in the day, he said he was Puerto Rican. Find out he's really he's Colombia. He said a lot of things in that statement.
He did,
and some of them are true, and some of them are false. And today, we go talk about what's the truth about the Latinos in America, the Hispanics in America, and what's the false, per John Leguizamo, about Hispanics in America.
Can I add something real quick?
Yes, sir.
Why do you think that they want to come in and try to claim our accomplishments? Like one of the things he said is they helped build America. They helped do hip hop. Like, why not just claim your own stuff? Because they do have their own stuff, right?
They do. Now, check this out. He said they are the largest ethnic group in America. That is a fact, Brandon.
Right. I agree.
He said they the oldest ethnic group in America. That is a lie, Brandon.
Okay. Explain why.
We go talk to him. We got slides.
Got you.
He said Hispanics build the United States. That is a lie, Brandon. He said Hispanics suffer United States. That's a gray area, Brandon. He said they are thriving. They are one level above Black. And Black.
Did he say that?
Yes. He said thriving. They one level above Black, and Black people don't got no shoes, so they got socks. And they influence the building of
He was taking pictures, all that.
Taking pictures. He said, "Don't take pictures, babe. Hip hop." Now, Brandon, this is the article. It's from 2010, but it is a fact. Latinos at least make up around 16% of the population in the United States. Who's number one, Brandon?
White people.
Who's number three?
Latinos. Wait, hold on. Oh, we're Black people are number three.
Yes.
Latinos are number two.
They are the biggest, largest ethnic group in America. That is a fact. Now, he said they the oldest in America, Brandon.
Right.
Now, I brought back some pictures. In the first picture, Brandon, who do you see?
I see Native Americans and Europeans, and I see Black people picking cotton. I don't see any.
Where are the sombreros at, Brandon?
I don't see any. They're probably down in Mexico or South America, but So he thinks that they're the oldest, and I don't even understand why you would even say that. Why say that?
Brandon, it's propaganda, Brandon. Once you push this thing out, you can have generations below him here. Then they gonna say the same thing. We the oldest ethnic group in America. They just shitted on. They just stepped on all the Native Americans,
right?
In over here,
right? But why don't we do that? Why don't we say, you know what, Louis? We came up with burritos. We came up with taquitos. That's us. If it wasn't for us in the kitchen assisting, we was like Scottie Pippen. We was right there. If it wasn't for us, we would have taquitos or Taco Bell, none of that kind of stuff. Why don't we do that?
You're right. They won't have the beef over there. They won't have the cow over here. The beef won't be over here.
Correct.
You know, it took them Spanish people and Europeans to bring this cow over here. The black people worked it.
Right.
They moved up to Texas. Next thing you know, the Latinos got their hands on some beef.
That's true.
And they call it the law, and they call it the Longhorns. You know what I'm saying? So, but I black people don't need to do that, because when you know the truth, you don't, if you talk, the truth don't need to talk. It is what it is.
Well, sometimes it does, because people rewrite history a lot, and then if you're not speaking up against it, it's law. They said it. John Leguizamo just said that they had a big hand in hip hop. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and go to the next slide.
All right. Now, he said the Hispanics built the United States. In my opinion, he is correct.
Okay.
The Hispanics did build some of the United States. Does this say the United States is a 10-floor building? The Latinos built one room on the 10th floor, Brandon.
But that's what I'm saying. Why go that far? Why don't you say Hispanics and black people, we all built this country together, black and brown. Like, if you want to do the black and brown way, why not go that? And
Brandon, no, brother. Latinos did not build this country. I'm about to prove it to you.
I know, but why take such a far leap with it? He not even trying to tiptoe into a lie. He just going all in.
Now, Brandon, can you see this little thing right here?
Yeah.
That's something called the 13 colonies. All right, wait, hold on. Let me put our pictures back up. This is certain called the 13 colonies, right?
You're correct.
Now, it was a revolution that was fought that America broke off from the British rule.
Right.
Now, how many Mexicans was in that war, Brandon? Now this is Mexico right here.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And the other land is uncharted, really. You know,
no, we ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say that. Let's
Okay.
Now I'm about to talk like a dork. Florida was the Spaniards, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this over here was French, Spain, and Portuguese. They was all fighting. So during this time,
was it built up like the 13 colonies? Not yet.
No. This time, the Mexicans was trying to get the Spaniards and the French off their ass. So how can you build the 13 colonies and you trying to fight these Europeans from yourself over there?
Right.
Now, Brandon, you see what you in Georgia right now, right?
Correct.
How far is Georgia from Mexico?
It's a good distance. I'm gonna say that.
So it's 1776. Now, from Georgia to Mexico, you got a whole bunch of Native Americans. If you walk through there, they're gonna try to kill you too.
Right.
So, how did they contribute in the founding of this country?
They didn't, and that's okay. That's okay.
That is okay. Let's fast forward, Brandon, to the 1850s. That's not too long ago, right?
Mm-mm.
Now, this chart over here shows how many Hispanics was in the country in 1850. Where is that number at, Brandon?
0.
How about 1870? Let's round off.
Right, it's still about 0. Like it's very, very slim to none.
How about 1910?
I can't see it. It's almost starting to get up to 1 million, maybe about 50,000, maybe.
All right. How about this? How about 1950? Our parents were born in 1950.
You almost at 1, maybe.
Now, was New York built by the 1950s, Brandon?
Yeah.
How about Baltimore?
Yes.
How about Columbia?
Yes. Everything is kind of established around that time. Like, that's not that far. That's not that long ago.
All right. Let's fast forward to the influx of Hispanics. 1990, Brandon. Brandon, was you born in 1990?
Yes.
Did we have a country in 1990?
We already was straight. We was straight.
Did we have airplane?
Yes, we did.
Did we have buses?
Yes, we did.
Was the Chicago Bulls playing?
Yes, it was.
So, did we have banks?
Yes.
So based on the chart, I say the country was already built
Right.
Before you came, all the major wars was already done.
right. But look, in 1970, it was still nobody really over here in comparison to what it is now.
Correct. It's so funny if you watch an old episode of Sanford's Son.
Mm-hmm.
They had a Puerto Rican that came over there because Puerto Rican started coming in the 70s and stuff.
Right.
They had a whole episode like, who's this guy? I ain't never seen this kind of guy before.
Right.
You see? Because it really wasn't that many Hispanics over here to around in the 90s.
Right.
In South Carolina, we didn't start seeing y'all to 98.
Right.
All right.
To be fair. And but how do you think you built America?
You got to keep the propaganda going, Brandon. And I'm going to tell you now. Now, watch this. He said they suffer in America. I'm going to break it down, but how is that statement, Brandon? Did Mexican people suffer in America?
Were they enslaved? Were they forced to work?
No. All right, I'll break it down. What happened is, this happened to every group except for black people.
Okay.
You got in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Mexican-American War.
Okay.
The Mexicans said we don't like y'all. The Americans said we don't like y'all. So we gonna fight. And who won the fight, Brad? If you had,
I don't even remember this war. We did. We would have to win.
So if you win the fight, Brandon, who makes the rules once you win the
right? We do.
Okay, so you makes the rules once you win the fight. So if you got to operate on somebody else's rules, but you had an opportunity to fight,
right?
Can you complain?
No, you can't complain. That's part of war.
If you don't want to be in the territory, we could talk about the territory they took.
Correct.
Could you leave?
Yeah.
Brandon couldn't leave. Black people couldn't leave.
We couldn't.
You had to stay. So that's real suffering.
Correct.
Now, for the Mexican-American War, let's see what happened. The United States took over California. All right. Mm-hmm. So Brandon may not know, California had a lot of Mexican people in there, but they lost the war.
Okay.
They lost the war. All right, New Mexico. New Mexico had a lot of Mexican people in there, but they lost the war. Gotcha. Arizona, they lost the war. Nevada, they lost the war. Utah was part of Native Americans. And Wyoming was part of Native Americans. And Colorado was Native Americans. Yeah. And Texas, they lost the war. So if you lose a war, the people who won make the rules.
Right.
But you still have free will. You could have left.
Right. They didn't enslave you. Yeah, they didn't enslave you after that.
So the suffering is a gray area. You know,
that's fair.
So they did suffer a little bit because they had signs for no blacks, had signs for no Mexicans. That was true.
But why is it suffering for them? But when we talk about what happened to us, we kind of need to get over it. It's the past.
Because you're a Negro, Brandon. Who cares about you? You right. Value. You didn't built this country. Right. You didn't contribute anything in this country. And you in third place.
We didn't invent anything either, because he was hinting at how they invented stuff. They try to take our inventions as well. But go ahead.
All right, let's see what we got here. Now, he said they are thriving. If you compare a third world country to the standard of living in United States, yes, they are thriving. But they barely over black people. It's a shame. Black people have been here for 500 years. Mm-hmm. And a person come over here since the 70s, they already got
they already
right. Right. They all got more than us. But they are thriving compared to other countries. Now, Brandon, this is what gets me right here.
This hip hop.
They say they influence hip hop. Now, Brandon, I don't know, but describe a person that comes straight from Central America to America before being influenced. How do they dress, Brandon?
Like they're in their home country or home city. Like they got tight pants, got boots on. Like they're not in what we're into just because they're not exposed to what we're exposed to. So they see the world differently, and what's drip to them, what's cool to them is different from what it is to us.
Correct. When in the 70s, when hip hop was getting around, let me go say the Puerto Ricans was coming over. They was wearing neon colors.
Okay.
A bunch of tropical stuff. You know what I mean? Tropical colors. If you came in New York in the 1970s and you was poor, so they had to live around black people, they was gonna whoop your tail if you came in
with that on. And
if you came in looking like this.
Right.
So
and that's why they adopted a lot of our styles so they can fit in, so they won't be targeted, because we're gonna roast you until you change. But that don't mean you created hip hop because you had to force and change your identity.
Correct. So you started to dress something like this. So the boys won't whoop your tail.
Correct.
You know, and before the social media, before reggaeton, I ain't never hear no rap style or hip hop style music in other countries.
Correct.
Never.
Right.
I just see the guys with the big old hats come in with the guitar. I've got the Marachi music. What's it called?
Moroccan, maybe. I don't know, but I get what you're saying. Like, they don't look up to what we were doing. They have their own culture, so they despise what we did, but they saw it start to roll into something else. So then they want to be present, be like, oh, we were there. We helped with the break dancing and the style, and we were taking pictures. And people they want to S on it when it's not working. But when hip hop really started taking off, that's when they started to grab on the coattails and ride that wave.
When you watch a lot of hip hop old footage, when you look around, they break dancing, they in the club, MCing. Right. That's what the rappers before it was the MCs who used to that turn into rap. How many? It looked like that whole crowd full of a bunch of black people to me, bro.
Right. It is. But they say Jamaicans created hip hop too, and they just like to discredit us when they know good and well that's an American thing. Like, that's a New York thing. Like, that's black culture. That's just what it is. It wasn't white people doing hip hop. It wasn't Latinos doing hip hop. I mean, y'all might have been present, but that's a black thing. That's black culture. A lot of our fashion is black culture too.
That is correct. So they was.
So was it Scottie Pippen? Because he act like
this ain't
Randy Brown. Was it Randy Brown?
Yeah, it's Randy Brown. Yeah, dog, that's an old day. Yeah,
it wasn't even Bill Cartwright. It wasn't. You wasn't.
Bill Cartwright was just sitting. It ain't him. It wasn't in Steve Kerr.
Will Purdue, nothing.
The dagger in there. Right. It was the guy on the practice squad. Got it trained up.
Correct.
Now, Brandon, I'm about to do a history lesson for people. Now, I know. Excuse me. Hold on. I know I messed up. Hold on. We need to get to finish it all, because he's going to talk about Afro Latinas and also white Latinas. So let's hear what we got to say. Then we go talk about how all this stuff happened.
Okay.
You're just raised in New York City, and I'm just thinking some of the things that you brought out is, and I'm thinking of DJ Tony Touch, and so many other people that have been so instrumental in things like culture, and even in hip hop, that I wasn't quite aware of just the influence there.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, we've been part of so many things. I mean, we're great inventors. We got incredible ingenuity, and we were part of the building of the hip hop culture. It is black culture, but we didn't assist. We did a Scottie Pippen to a Michael Jordan because we were there. We were the ones that photographed all those photographs you see of the beginnings of hip hop. That was us. The beginning of breakdancing, Crazy Legs invented the move. Graffiti. We were the instrumental purveyors of the art craft. So yeah, that's what I go around America finding all this Latin excellence.
I got to tell you, John, after watching your series, I actually went and listened to Dizzy Gillespie's 1975 Afro-Cuban Jazz Moves, which was really a creation in New York City. And it had Machito.
Jazz music was black music created in the late 1800s.
It wasn't.
That's good. Strictly, they used to call it, they used to make fun of our music.
Right, that's what I said. They ain't like any of it.
Yeah.
They didn't like any of it. But when it started taking off and is cultural or is sophisticated, now you want to try to claim it.
But let's get back to what you was about to say.
And Mario Bauzá. And I'm thinking that Tito Puente was brought into that band in 1942. And you talk about Tito and you talk about Celia. And also, John, it's so important that in Los Angeles, for example, where you speak to Gina Torres about being Afro-Latina and how many times Afro-Latinos are double ignored.
Yeah. I think, white Latinos and white passing Latinos like myself get a break. Even though it's tough for us, it's tougher for our indigenous Latinos and our Afro-Latinos. And I've always said that. And that's got to change. We got to fight for them and the vulnerable, the people who are vulnerable in our communities.
All right, Brandon. I'm about to talk about a little critical race theory. This before we get, you see this guy right here?
Yes.
Before he opened his mouth and looked at his name, you thought he was a white guy, ain't it?
Yeah, I did.
And
before this interview, he probably was on air as a white guy. He started rolling them all, doing all that. Now you on the, I bet it was like, hold on, I didn't even know that was part of you because I guess he feels like he may be, and I didn't even know that was a thing. Like John Lake was almost say he's Latino and white, like, or you could have both. Like I just don't see it that way. I feel like it's the one drop rule where it is with black people. Like if you have, but why isn't that? Sounds like a double standard to me.
We go talk about critical race theory, but we go talk about in Central and South America. So let's explain the history. Let's explain the history. What makes up Central and South American people?
Okay.
So let's go back to 24,000 years ago, Brandon.
Okay.
Do you see East Asian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Won't you say those people are Chinese, right?
Yes, you would.
So at one point, the Chinese people walked all the way through Russia, walked across the Bering Strait into Alaska.
Gotcha.
Now, the natives in Alaska, what we call those, Brandon?
I don't know. What Alaskan people? What?
Call them Eskimos.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So the Eskimos. So you start off with Chinese. It got real cold, so they turned to Eskimos. Brandon, this is all
that's correct. But it is. But it don't make any sense though.
I'm about to make sense. It's gonna come together. And they walked down. They kept walking. When they got up in here, they turned to what was the indigenous people of United States of America, Brandon?
Native Americans,
right? So they turned in there. Then they kept walking. Some people settled right here. They turned into Mexicans.
Right.
Some natives kept on walking down, and you got natives down here. So you started off Asian, Eskimos, Native Americans, Mexicans, and then you got your blend of natives and stuff because some people settle and some people keep walking. Do that sound realistic?
No, it don't sound realistic to me.
But let's look at the evidence. Now, this is a Chinese family, right?
Got you.
All right. Look at the face of future. Flat faces. The eyes, special shape, right?
Yes.
Now, let's look at the Eskimo family. Flat faces.
Similar eyes.
Similar eyes. Now let's go down to a Native American family. Now they started to change this a little bit. The climate is different, but still a flat face and the eyes just a little bit. And then you got come down a little bit, and then you got the Mexicans, which in Mexico some people call them natives, but this is a class system that they got from the Spaniards, but we gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Now, don't all these people look like they could be all cousins, Brandon?
They do.
Why is that?
Well, because they kind of have the same skin color. I guess you can if your hair is similar, like all of them have similar hair, similar facial features, similar skin color, so you can pass. But when your skin looks a little darker, and when they have the Afro Latinas and they treat them differently, that's when you can't, just blend in and be whatever race you want or whatever group you want.
Now, I just brought this picture on here. You see the right side?
Yeah.
Are those black people?
Yeah.
But they look Asian?
Yeah, yeah. And that's what happens sometimes. But Go ahead.
These black people been this way all their lives, brother.
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. Like, if we're migrating and traveling, it don't matter where you stop, they're gonna be like, you still black. We just can't do that, because it's just how we see things. Like, these people could be Asian, and people this black man right here, this dark.
No, these people from Africa.
But I'm just saying, he could be Asian, right?
No.
But why not?
No, Asian people could be black. That's what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying.
No, it's coming home.
Okay. Go ahead. Bring it on home. But
no, you coming? What, Brad? Look at you now. Let's reverse it.
Right, that's what you're right. Exactly.
Let's reverse it. Now, watch this. What's this a picture of, Brandon?
This is Africa and South America.
All right, this is the transatlantic slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, 100 million black people, of them in South America, Brazil. Brazil is one of the second biggest population of black people outside of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But they
kind of forget about
Negroes on TV. So they took 100 million black people, put them in Cuba, put them in Haiti, put them in Dominican Republic, put them in South America. And the people who done this was Portuguese, Spaniards, British, French, all that type of stuff. So here's one of the famous guys we celebrate every year. This is Christopher Columbus, Brandon. Christopher Columbus was a killer. Is that correct?
Yeah.
He was a robber because he got 10% of everything he took. He was an enslaver. He was a colonizer. But Brandon, did he do sexual? You think he'll do sexual assault?
Of course.
Why is that?
Well, if you do the other four, of course you'll do that. That's easy. That's light work.
All right. So picture this. You own the transatlantic slave boat. You can be on there for 3 months. You got sweaty guys.
Right. Working
hard.
hard.
Liquor. You got liquor. And you got some women tied up.
Right. But what you
gonna do to spend your time? There ain't no Facebook. You know, it ain't no YouTube coming on. Right. What you gonna, and you can't read. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Be spending time with them women.
Okay. So I imagine, since this man could kill, rob, enslave, and colonize, sexual assault is not too far out the picture.
So you mean he's not a hero? He's a hero. What they told us.
No, he's a criminal. Ain't they put him in jail? We got back.
I don't remember that part.
Ain't they lock him up? We got back. So I don't know why I didn't read it, but ain't they lock him up? Got rich. Next thing you know, something happened. Had to lock him up.
That's crazy.
Now, so watch this, Brandon. Why do Mexican people speak? Why do South American people and Central America speak Spanish, Brandon?
That's a good question. Is it not just because where they are? What is it that what determines that?
Now, don't Spanish kind of sound like Spain?
Yes, it does.
So they picked up the people who was taking over control.
Oh.
Mexican people, Spanish ain't their original language.
That's true.
Just like English ain't my original language.
Right.
You know, I don't know what my original language was, and they don't know either.
Right.
Because the Aztecs warriors was not speaking no Spanish. All right. And that's a cold, hard fact.
Right. That's a little bit of the suffering, I guess. They're talking about.
No, they lost, Brandon. Brandon, they lost. All right, they got a chance to fight.
So we didn't get it. Well, I'm not gonna say that.
No,
But
no, you get kidnapped, then they put you in a whole new environment. How can you fight and
right.
everything is new?
Right, you're right.
They was at the house chilling, fighting. I know why I'm at the house.
Right.
Now, this is the class system that a lot of Central American people got. John Leguizamo is a hypocrite. He said we need to fight for the Afro Latinas.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy in the thing, he said we need to fight for the Black Latinas, but they can't because it's the class system they picked up from the Europeans.
Right.
What's at the bottom, Brandon?
Native American and slaves.
Now, what color was slaves?
Black.
Usually. Okay,
brown,
then you got your Native Americans. Now, remember, I said the people walked over here, the natives walked over here. So you got your dark brown skinned people and you got your black people. All right, above the natives and the blacks is what?
Mixed people. You
got mulattoes.
Mm-hmm.
Some reason black guys still favor mulattoes,
right?
Because they mix. And the Spanish culture, you could go to Dominican Republic, they still follow the same stuff.
Yeah, is that because we adopted the same mentality or the thinking that they do?
Which one?
Well, the same thing that the Afro Latinos and they're going off of the Spaniards, what they believe. Like they see if you're dark, you have less value than if you're lighter or you're more like us. You think, like I said, we kind of adopt the same thinking.
Well, it may be more survival.
For the British, you think so?
Yeah, because in America, the darkest a black man is, the more threat you are.
Mm-hmm. But so I get what you're saying. But when it comes to women, it's more you want to go more lighter. I think that's what some people feel.
Because we buy into white supremacy. So the lighter you are, sometimes you get a little thrill in that.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think John Leguizamo, they feel the same way too?
Yes. Mm. That's why he said Native Americans and slaves, Black Latinos, they got it hard. They got it real hard because they still practice this. Then when you come up, then you got your Spanish and Native. Those people, it's more people probably in this group right here, Spanish and Native. So they still look like they still look like this, but they don't look like that.
Right.
And I used to work with a guy who was from Mexico City. In Mexico City, they used to make fun of the people who look like natives, who was darker Mexicans.
Right.
And they make fun of them. They say, "Oh, them natives, they ain't nothing." Why? Because it's this class system, this color class system. In Mexico, they just started counting black Mexicans in the century in Mexico. That's just happened 8 years ago. Before they didn't want to count them Negroes.
But do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad thing, Brian.
Okay, I'm just making sure because you don't want it's all the same to me, but it's clear that you're distinct, you're like segregating it in a way that is blatant and you're discriminating against them in a way.
Correct. They still go off the shade. Your class is based on your shade too.
Right.
And John Leguizamo and the other guy is at the top because they could pass as white. That is the goal.
But that don't make any sense to me because you're not white. Like you're not. Like I say, I never.
He's 50% white.
He's not to me. Like I said, I go off the drop rule for myself and for them too. Like I guess the same thing with an Asian man. If an Asian man tell me he's Asian, half white, guess what I'm gonna think he is?
What?
I'm gonna say he's Asian.
Now you would say this man is not white, Brandon.
He's white. He look white.
You could say the governor of Florida is not a white man.
What's his name? DeSantos? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, now well, I go by his name. What's this guy's name?
No. But look at DeSantos. Is DeSantos a white man?
He can look like one.
And he act like one, but he ain't one.
Right. What exactly? I get what you're saying.
Mark Rubio. Is Mark Rubio a white man?
Now what I go by his name, I'm like Rubio. but once I figure out what you are, I'll be like, oh, well, you're not white to me. You're not white to me. He's not white to me. And like I say, I bet you he ain't rolling his R's. He wasn't doing that before.
Brandon, you have to, the only way to survive in America to make yourself better, you have to blend.
Play the
you
game.
have to play white. You have to play white, and they're gonna play white until it's time to get some money for being non-white.
I get what you're saying. If you want to play this game and you want to succeed and move ahead in this system that they have, you definitely have to do that. We're not saying that's your only option, but if you want to fit in with what they got going on, you have to do this.
Dominican Republic. Now, a whole bunch of blacks was inputted onto that island, and they mixed with not mostly with the natives, because most of the natives in these islands, they killed them all, brother, if you want to know the truth. But they mixed with a lot of black and Spaniards. So the Dominicans, for some reason, they hate their African side, brother.
Yeah.
You know, they could look black as a 15-inch tire.
Right.
But they hate it, brother.
Right.
They hate it. Puerto Ricans.
But this is my
they
thing.
don't want to be black, brother.
Right. You're right. How long, like if somebody move you to another continent, how long does it take your group that was, say you were African and they moved us to Australia? How long does it take before I'm Australian? Because
you want like in Paul Mooney, you will never be Australian.
Well, how can I be Dominican or Jamaican or Puerto Rican? You know, just because of what that is. I'm Australian.
No, you ain't. Paul
Yes,
Mooney
I am.
said, if you take an African zebra and put that zebra in France, there ain't no French zebra. That's still an African zebra living in France.
That's how I feel. So it's like when they first started, we were talking about the group migrated from Asia. If you started in Asia, it doesn't matter where you ended up. To me, you're still Asian or you're still African because that's where it really started. If you want to be specific.
Wait, hold on. Now, Brandon, I'll go correct you on this one.
Okay, but go ahead.
Now, this is over the course of 25,000 years.
I get you, but still, even before this, everything was in Africa. So, like I say, are we all the same, or are some of us different? Like, how did we start the change? It has to do with the environment for sure.
Well, I can tell you this, Brandon, and this is a fact. You may not want to hear it.
Okay, go ahead.
Sub-Saharan Africans,
Mm-hmm.
which includes Brandon and me, per our DNA, we got the less amount of monkey in us.
Okay, yeah. I've heard that.
Everybody else besides Sub-Saharan blacks or Africans have more monkey DNA than black people.
And more canine DNA and a bunch of other stuff.
I don't know. I never heard about the damn canine, friend. I don't know if you have that.
But I've heard. But
we still Homo sapiens, Brandon.
I know that, but I'm just curious how all this stuff happened and how we all started branching out and being all kind of different things.
No, I'm trying to say we are special people.
I hear you, but aren't
they
we
call
all
us the monkey? But we got less monkey than anybody in us.
Correct. But how did other people get how did they get some monkey in them?
Well, we got some in us.
But that's what I'm saying. And just like canine, you got a little canine in you too.
Brad, I can't believe the canine, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. You know, you walking on forward, you ain't got hands, you got paws. You know.
Okay, let's continue.
But I'm trying to say it's a class system that Central America follows, and that class system still strong and relevant today. That's why Dominicans rank themselves based on color.
Mm-hmm.
and they want to look white, and they want to cling to the little Spanish influence they have and run away for the African.
Right.
All right, Brandon, that's all I got for that one.
Well, you want to talk about John Morant because we didn't really talk about it too much.
Shit, what we gonna talk about here? You said you had something else to talk about.
Yeah, well, I want to talk about AI, but what do you think? Just this doesn't even have anything to do with YouTube. Did you see him doing another video like that? Did you see that coming?
It's a young guy, didn't break no law.
Because that's what I was gonna say. Because you've shown a gun online. I know it's different because he's in the NBA and they got different rules.
I show hunting for 40 guns, Brandon.
Okay,
Hunting, fishing.
Well, maybe he's getting ready to hunt and shoot. He's a hunter gatherer. But
with a Glock. With a Glock pistol, all that money go buy a cheap ass Glock.
Or click. He has a big influence. Hip hop has a big influence over him, so that's why he chose the
Glock. Yeah, I know. That's all I'm saying. I'll go buy the cheapest. Well, I'll go buy the best, cheapest gangster criminal gun I could get is a Glock.
Right. But do you have any sympathy for him, or people trying to defend him? Like, are you there?
Well, if John Morant did have that interview with the commissioner and said he won't do these things again, and it happened again, he has to own to that. But he didn't do nothing illegal, and the media is painting him, but he's like a criminal or something.
Yeah, and I guess that's the weird part about it. It's like, his messed up. He shouldn't have did what he did. And like I said, we're not condoning that because he's a man. Men shouldn't do that. That's not what you want to see black men doing anyway. But he's still... What
are you doing? Oh, what's that? Listen to music in front. It's on his property.
Right. But like I say, he's signed with the NBA and they have certain stipulations. So he broke one of the NBA's rules. Like I said, he didn't commit a crime. He shouldn't go to jail, but they kind of treating him like he should go to jail.
He didn't break a crime. How 2 years
he's 22
ago,
or 21?
I think he's 23 now. 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, how old was John Morant?
22, 21. All right. Go ahead.
And that age, he punched a 17-year-old kid in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's real? That's not that bad, Brandon.
Well, compared to punching somebody in the face, are you saying
just in general? People have forgot how young people act these days.
That's true.
Cam Newton was 30 years old, and a 60-year-old kid was cursing him out face to face.
Yeah. You're telling them he wasn't, he fell off and all that stuff. Or you talking about that at the camp?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And Cam Newton said, "Where your daddy at?" You see what I'm saying? So kids or younger adults are different. They violent. They do not respect elders. For example, Brooks, the light-skinned Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
I poke bears. And now he's getting dropped for the he can't back it up.
Right.
Why are you talking this junk and you can't back it up? It's to LeBron James. He's the GOAT. He's one of the best players ever.
He's not scared of you. Like, it'd be something if you were on his level and you're talking trash like that. But you're not even nowhere close. And like you say, he's out of the league now. Well, he's not out of the league technically. He's off the team though.
If LeBron James was the same age as Dylan Brooks, he would jump on his head in the game. He'll drop 60 points on you if he wanted to.
Right.
Why are you talking to an old man like that? They forgot who LeBron was back in 2005, 2006.
Right. It's funny you say that. I just watched some of the videos when they were showing the Heat team playing the Celtics when he had to kind of overcome that and when he was trying to win his first championship. That was a bad LeBron. Like people forget about that LeBron. Like he turned it up in so many different ways, and that's a hard team to beat. You got Kevin Durant. I think they had who else? They had Paul Pierce, and like he had to guard Paul Pierce, and then turn around and be on Ray Allen. Then turn around to be on offense and try to score 40 points. Rondo,
Big Baby,
right?
Perkins.
smart basketball players real. These are real men. Like you can't just come in the lane and do whatever you want to do. You're gonna get bumped. It's gonna be physical.
And it was still physical. See, all this flopping stuff they put on LeBron James. LeBron James had a good when he started in 2003.
Right.
A good 5-6 years when it was still physical game.
Right. He's 38. He's our age. Like just imagine us getting out of the NBA. You think I'm not gonna flop a little bit or exaggerate some stuff?
I saw it too. I saw his age when he started to guard Murphy, man. I said, "Oh Lord, Jesus!" I said, "Dang LeBron."
Right, he can't keep up, and like I said, it happened overnight when you just off of one split second, and it don't take much. He might be off a little bit more, but it don't take that much. Like Murray don't need but a little space. If he cross you up a little bit, you are a little late jumping with his jumper. It's too late. What you gonna do?
See, the prime James would shut that man down, bro. you know, that's like, see, people forget LeBron James had defense like Michael Jordan and Pippen.
Lockdown defense.
He played both sides when he have to.
Both sides, and that's hard to do.
Yeah. Now we had Dwayne Wade. He took about 3/4 off. Then he came out in the fourth. But you had Dwayne Wade on your team,
right?
So,
and he don't really have that. I mean, like. Who is their consistent second scorer, like second superstar?
He got none.
Right.
They have zero. And LeBron James, it's kind of hard watching him play at this stage of his career.
Well, I wouldn't say that because the last series against the Warriors, I enjoyed watching that because
Magic Johnson, he turned in Magic Johnson back against back to the ball. Like Magic Johnson.
Right. But I still enjoyed that watching that series because his shot was going in. He was making good plays. Everybody else was stepping up. But the Nuggets ain't playing. You can't mess up and get back and be okay with the Nuggets because you get down, you're not coming back because they're gonna shoot you out.
Nah, they ain't gonna shoot you out. The Nuggets are consistent. So if they go play their consistent game. So if you have some bonehead plays, that's it.
That's it, man. That's it.
Because they ain't gonna have no bonehead plays.
Right. But why do you think LeBron is still shooting threes? Because the game 2, I was like, all right, his shot is off. Game 3, he was still kind of shooting threes. Like I know he likes taking the 3, and it's probably less energy than trying to post up somebody in the hole or go down low.
It's emotional and it's less energy. Mm-hmm. So he has emotional defect. In the paint, he scores at 64%.
Mm-hmm.
In the first 2 games, he was 20% from threes. No, 20% or lower from 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm. And still kept going.
It tells you need to go in.
You're going to hole. Right.
But his mind said, I want to shoot the 3. I understand why he want to shoot the 3, but he just need to drive the damn ball, man. Yeah. But he can't do it no more, Brandon.
You saying he can't do it, or it's too much to do it and then do everything else?
He can't do it all the time, Brandon.
No, he can't do it all the time. And I think he wasted not wasted a lot. He spent a lot of energy trying to beat the Warriors and just playing in a different altitude. I was like, okay, well, they're playing in Denver. They might be different when they play with the Lakers, but it's still the same thing. He just can't. He's just 38. He's 38. He played 82 games plus 20 in the playoffs. It's just,
if this was 2012 LeBron James, he'll sweep every team with the team he got now. Every team got sweep. If this was 2015 LeBron James, he'll sweep these teams.
And why do you say that? Just because LeBron is more athletic, he has a good team, or he can get to anytime
he could get to the basket. He got to the basket then.
Yeah.
He got to the basket. And now he just that Magic Johnson and passing the ball like this.
Right.
What the guy say? Yeah. That's how he turned the Magic Johnson on us.
Right. And I get, like I said, he's just older and he got to play different. And, he's still good. He's still one of the GOATs. I ain't going to say he's the best, but
I'll retire after this year, man.
You think he done? He's done?
Brandon, who AD ain't it?
He's not.
He need a Dame Lillard or something. He needs somebody.
He does. And I wish they would do something like that, because I saw something about Dame Lillard saying he wanted if he was like, if y'all want me traded, let them know, or start letting the front office know, because if y'all don't want me here, I'm not gonna be here, in so many words.
Not they delay. He fine where he at, but
I think he's fine where he at, but he ain't winning, and people looking at him like, what you doing?
No, he getting the money. Max contracts.
Right.
And D'Angelo Russell, he needs to be fired.
Talking about
on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Schroeder is playing like he played 2 years ago in the playoffs, dropped 2 points in the game.
But so you don't like Schroeder as a player? Like, I think they playing good, but you can't make any mistakes. You just can't make any mistakes, and they make some mistakes sometimes.
They get
cocky. They get cocky and
doing this.
Yeah.
You're losing. But
that's what they do. They do them handshakes and do all that stuff.
You're losing. If I was LeBron James, I said we ain't showboating. No, next game we can showboat.
But it's too late. It's too late.
2-2.
It's too late. As soon as they hit a three, especially Shooter, that's all they will. That's what they like to do. And they wanna keep shooting. They like, as soon as I hit this three, I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start right. Yep.
And you shooting 25%. Brandon, if that was my team and you start at showboating, it'll almost be a fight on the team. Because what the other team gonna do when you showboat, Brandon?
They get amped up. So they be like, okay, let's go.
There you go.
Let's go. Right.
So why are you doing that to make the other team go play a little bit?
Because it's good when you're doing it. It gets your team motivated and you're winning. But if you're losing, it's just not gonna work. You can't do that against the Nuggets. You can't. Because the Warriors do the same thing, and it's good when you're winning, but when you're losing, you can't. You're at the house. That's just what it is. So
there you go. And what I was about to say, man, it's like this basketball, the style they playing of basketball is like dumb. Why you are not contacting these players, bumping up against them all the time? Yeah. Imagine if I was in shape. Put me in there for 1 quarter. Murray, I have Murray. I whistle. Right. I said, Murray, you shoot 2 balls in my face, I can punch you in your face. It'll be everything will be legal, but you got to touch him. You had to touch him up. That's
the thing. As soon as he get the ball, he's dribbling, he's backing up, he's creating space.
Get the ball. Right, I'm touching you before you get the ball.
But that's what I'm saying. Back when I used to watch you play defense, you wouldn't even let the person get the ball. And I said, oh, okay, that's how I want to play. If I was in the NBA, I'm shutting you down. You're gonna have a hard time getting the ball.
There you go.
And that wastes a lot of energy, but it's effective.
Brandon,
if you don't have enough pieces if you're gonna have to have your point guard doing that, he ain't gonna be able to score any points. And the Lakers need somebody. They need everybody scoring. Because you don't know what AD gonna do. You don't really know what LeBron gonna do because he's shooting threes.
Comedian, Bubba Dub, he said, put Tristan Thompson in the game for 1 quarter.
He would be
D-up Joker. Give Joker everything he got for 1 quarter.
Yes. Do you think he's in shape? You think he's in shape to run up and down the court? I don't know if he is or not.
With Joker? Yes. Yeah. Man, so you think Tristan Thompson can't put a body on Joker?
He can put a body on him.
12 minutes.
He can put a body on him. I'm not sure how many times he's going to be up and down the floor.
For 12 minutes.
So why do you think they haven't put him in? Why do you think they haven't put him in?
I don't know what kind of basketball they playing, man. I don't know. You saw it worked on Kevin Durant 2 years ago. Boston touched him. It's the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They may let you touch a little bit.
Right.
Just brush it. People don't like get bumped into. Just be bumping into them.
I'm glad
you be touching him while he don't get the ball.
I'm glad you brought that up. Do you think Kevin Durant is a great player? Is he like top 5, top 10? Do you feel that way about Kevin Durant? Because I'm not sure. I don't know.
He's a top 5 player.
And I'm talking about all time. But well, let's say
all time, man. Brandon, now you're talking crazy.
But I'm just saying, because some people think he's better than LeBron. Because Skip always felt like Kevin Durant was better than LeBron.
Skip says that to make a show.
Okay, so you don't believe he really feel that way.
How many championships this man got?
But when Kevin Durant was on the Warriors, he's the greatest player, and he only thing Kevin Durant needed was the right team because Russell Westbrook was the problem. people really thought Kevin Durant was a superstar like LeBron.
Oklahoma was the super team.
Yeah, they were.
Golden State had the best record ever. He joined that super team.
Right.
Brooklyn was a super team.
Right.
And the Suns was a super team.
Right. So where do you rank Kevin Durant? Like, is he a star? Is he a superstar?
Top 100 player ever. Top 100 player ever.
Okay, so but you think he's still top 5 in the NBA currently? I'm trying to think of who would I have over him? Would he get who could bump him out? You would have Dame Lillard over Kevin Durant or no? Because I don't know, because Kevin Durant is a good shooter. I think and he played good defense too. You know, we kind of sleeping on.
No. He don't play no good defense. I saw when they gave
some shots.
The game he was. I say if that was LeBron James, you know how
a
guy steals the ball and LeBron James
track him down.
Hit him. Yeah, I see this man just jog. I said, man, you can track him down and block that.
He don't do that. He don't do that kind of stuff. Yeah,
he don't play. He don't play no. He played defense. You had to come at him to get the defense. You know,
right?
But nah, he
so you think he had a good? You think he had a good? Like, is his career on the downfall? Because he was with Brooklyn. Did they do anything really in the playoffs? Nah, not really. He's on the Suns. Chris Paul got Aiden. Who else they got? Devin Booker. So that's a super team, right? You know, people thought they were going to really do something. And the Nuggets is great, so I'm not gonna take anything away from them, but.
He's an escort, man, getting passed around for the highest bidder. So he get hurt too much. You can't count on him. He get hurt every single year.
So do you think that was one of the things that kind of threw him off? So maybe it's just injuries.
Well, they could have had no.
And when he got hurt with the Warriors,
he got hurt the last year with the Warriors, right?
Yeah, I think they was gonna win that year. But
he got hurt then. Then he went to Brooklyn, came on there a few games, then got hurt down for a year. Then came back, then got hurt. Then with the Phoenix, came in third game, got hurt. Nah, he ain't no top 5 player. You got to play to be a top 5 player.
I agree.
You know, I put Shane Bain. I put the light-skinned guy for the Grizzlies. Yeah. I pick him over Kevin Durant. At least he can play every game.
Right.
What's the light-skinned guy? Shane?
I think his name is Bain. That's all I know. We're talking about not Dylan Brooks, but yeah, it's a dude on the Grizzlies named Bain. Yeah.
And tell Morant to hang out with some of his teammates. Quit hanging out with your fake friends from South Carolina, man.
But do you think with some grown men on the Grizzlies like Steven Adams and I think Bain is a little old. He seemed like a little old. You think they want to hang out with Ja Morant and listen to NBA Youngboy? They might, but you're not doing it.
Grown man.
You're right.
You know, but he can hang out with some 25, 26, 30 years old for people on the same team.
I hear you, but
quit hanging out with people you paying their bills, and you on Instagram. Look at me.
But like I said, we talked about it. Like the Grizzlies won without Ja Morant. Like they know how to play without him. So
it's better without him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it may be a chemistry issue on and off the court too. Like they just might not be messing with him like that because when he's in the game, they just kind of watching him play. And if they get involved, cool. But you know, it's his show. But when he's off the court, they're like, look,
everybody plays.
You're right.
Back doors and you sleep on defense. Bain is speeding up,
and that get everybody hyped. That's when everybody start really playing. So, and that's how the Nuggets play. That's why I kind of like how the Nuggets play. It's like, man, they really kind of moving the ball around. It's not just because anybody can score. And if, like I said, Joker hasn't been playing that well in the fourth quarter, but somebody else will step up. They got Caldwell Pope stepping up, hitting big shot.
You don't need to pay well. You drop 34 and 15 rebounds. I mean, okay, you take a quarter off. That's what you got your other players for.
Correct.
Yeah.
So is it looking like Denver and Miami in the finals?
That's gonna be boy, it's like Miami weird, man. Like they don't got nobody, but they good.
They got Kevin Love.
They got nobody. They got
They got a bunch of old
players.
players.
No, I think new players. New
Well,
players.
they got new players and just they got unorthodox players.
Undrafted players. They making $500,000 a year. And
Because they got Kyle Lowry, they got Kevin Love, Jimmy Butler. Who else they got? Adebayo.
Yeah, Taylor, he's out for some reason.
Do they still got the white Hero? Yeah, Hero.
Then they got undrafted players. Just undrafted 500,000. And they come up there with a basic basketball.
Right.
You can't do basic basketball.
Right. And for some reason, I don't understand why, like, the Celtics have a great team on paper, and they should really not lose at home if they're feeding up the crowd, playing well. Tatum is great.
Taylor ain't great. He's average.
You think he's average? I'm not gonna say he's great. I'm hyping him up because he choked.
Is one game he's 100, and the next game he's 25. So what's the average between 100 and 25?
But why? Is he just folding under pressure? I just don't understand.
Light skin.
Okay.
And is he born in the 2000s? How old is Tatum?
Probably.
Any player born in the 2000s cannot be a player
that you can count
born
on
in the 90s or the 80s.
And what's up? Because they got Jaylen Brown, and I like Jaylen Brown, but he's just not playing up to where I've seen him play.
His name Brandon Tatum? Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Oh well, he's pushing it. He was born in 88. So
what? Oh wow.
No, I mean not 88, 98.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
yeah.
Okay, well
he was born in 98, but
98. Can you imagine being born in 98? That's a weird cop. Yeah, you can't count on him. I'm sorry, not saying that people born in 1998, but y'all got it made if he was born in 1998. Y'all don't know about being outside and just some of the things we had to grow up with. So
and Jimmy Butler, I looked up before I made the statement. Jimmy Butler, born in 88. You see the difference?
Right.
You see the difference?
It's a big difference.
One guy taking the contact, getting away from the contact. Other guy just said, I could put
And like I say, it's good when the three's dropping and there's no pressure, but when you really have to hit these shots and you taking them and you missing and your team is down, I mean, what you gonna do?
Yeah, JCP. Right now in history, a person born in 2000s team, they can't be a person born in the 90s or the 88s. In the 80s, can't beat them. They're too soft.
So do you? Because I think we talked about it before. So do you think the Jordan team and the Warriors team? You think Jordan's team is coming out on top? Because people still feel like the Warriors will beat them, or that Shaq team.
Now, hold on. Now, that year, Clay was on.
Right, he was. But what you gonna do when you get on the court with some real grown men? When you on there with Charles Oakley or Horace Grant?
No. What Jordan teams you talking about? We're talking about 98.
What are you talking about? All right, we'll say the Dennis Rodman team because I think that team.
Oh, no, they ain't good. They won't be able to beat them.
And why not?
Yes. Scotty. Who gonna go look lonely first? All right. Who gonna go out and look lonely?
What's it, Maurice Spade? What? Then what the heck?
Tony Kukoc. Who gonna go?
Ooh,
Clay could go. Clay and Tony Kukoc is almost like the same person.
Right. But Tony Kukoc might shut down Clay. I mean, Clay has a fast release, but Tony Kukoc was a good player, defensive wise, and he was a long player. So
Clay Thompson, right? Yeah, he was a good defensive player in 2015.
Yeah, he don't play. I don't see him really playing defense like that
He
anymore.
hurt. He got no injuries. He can't move quick. Quick like that.
Yeah.
Now, and who's gonna guard Jordan? Huh? Who they had?
Andre Iguodala.
Who they gonna put Sean and he can shoot.
Right.
Yeah. And Pippen. Who gonna get Pippen?
Just imagine, because Curry got to guard somebody. Who
Curry can't play defense.
Right.
That's the key.
Right. Curry might get taken out that game, like physically taken out. Like that's some grown men. I know Curry is a grown man, but that's a different basketball. And Jordan will post you up. Everybody on that Bulls team will post you up in the hole, and it's nothing Curry can do.
And Jordan could drive on you too.
Right.
And shoot. And you could put Dennis Rodman on Curry if you wanted to. If you wanted to.
Right, that's funny.
Because Dennis Rodman, he know his skill.
Right.
His skill set.
Well,
we ain't talking about like
Draymond
Curry.
Green,
Like Curry ain't no Grant Hill back in the day.
No.
You know, people don't understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
Curry's just that range on you.
Right.
And if the hole is open, he could if the lane is cleared, he could shoot. But he can't shoot no Luke Loney up in there. You know.
Funny. Well, Louis, let me ask you a little bit about AI. What do you know about AI?
Man, if you don't have no picture, you about to
I
bring
got a slide. Well, not a picture, but I got a website I'm about to pull up.
Artificial intelligence?
Yeah. And go ahead.
Okay. AR, artificial intelligence. What you mean what I know about it?
How it's changing now and coming into music and like what, because you did a post with AI. Didn't you do a rap song with the AI using AI? Like you kind of made a rap song, or you
No, I don't have, man, all them lyrics, my lyrics.
I thought you did something with AI where I know you did a post where the AI was talking. I guess you did that, right? You did a
Okay, how about you do you have our channel pulled up?
Let me pull it up real quick.
Pull up our channel, look at our videos. I have like a white woman talk about some guns.
Right. And it sound good. And how did you feel about when you made that? Did you feel like you should do it more often? Because I thought maybe you should do it more often just because
I could try.
It kind of work.
It takes during that time I had a lot of things going on. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm gonna do it more often if it get views down. If you don't get no views,
What was the name? What was the name of it? I know guns. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Can you see it or you can't see
no,
it?
I can't. I can't see. I don't see the Middle Eastern woman on here.
I got you.
No, she ain't Middle Eastern. She's Spanish woman on here.
Hold on, let me switch it.
If you could play that video, I say what I like about this video. Okay. All right, just play a little bit of it.
Okay.
And Wesson, I do not have personal opinions or biases. However, both 9mm and 40 calories are popular handgun cartridges that have their own unique advantages and disadvantages. 9mm ammunition is generally less expensive, lighter in recoil, and has a higher.
All right, Brad, you can stop it.
Okay.
AI has an opportunity to remove maybe 20,000, 10,000, 10 million jobs out in the market.
Right.
Because with all the data, all these companies collecting, we talking now, they collecting how we speak, they collecting our words, several devices are listening to them. And they're using this stuff to see how humans react.
Right.
So any job that don't require you physically to pick something up, or they could do automated, AI is going to take that over.
Right.
Do
people realize that? Do people really realize that? Like, depending on what job you're at, you may be extinct. Like your position we may not need you because we can just have a computer system, and they kind of do it at a grocery store, but as be working at a call center or some of these other jobs, we're not going to need you because the AI is going to be smart enough to figure out the right response to get the customer satisfied.
Correct. Shoot, my job, AR, the government wants to spend all this money. A computer almost could do most functions of my job.
Right. Most jobs, I'm not going to say most jobs, it's more than half jobs can be done with an AI. And what is everybody else going to be doing?
In 50 years, America will become a third world country.
Okay.
And in 50 years, reparations will be given out to all the undocumented workers in America.
Right.
Reparations for Social Security. Reparations for Medicare. That will happen in 50 years. And when that happens, you better keep that strap on, you guys. America's about to turn bad. It's gonna be bad in America in 50, about 20 years, it's gonna be real bad.
Yeah. So would you still stay here? Or would you be thinking about going somewhere else?
Where else I go, Brandon?
Well, you can go back to Africa or go to Africa. You can
And
go.
our African brothers and sisters are leaving out the country the first time they can afford the plane ticket.
But you know, they
exiting the country.
They telling us to come on over, come build with them. It's great over there, even though a lot of people are coming over here to get money, to get more money, to make more money here.
Africa is worse. Let's get back to AI. AI completely change the market, guys. We can see it. It's completely going to change it.
Yeah, and like I say, that's one aspect of it. But I did see the story about how you can have a AI clone of certain YouTubers or people because they've collected enough data on them, so they could charge you to talk to somebody that's not even real. What's wrong with men? Why are men so focused on that kind of stuff? Like they're driven sexually and we'll pay OnlyFans and all this kind of stuff. We'll pay money for this, but we won't pay money for other things that we really need or some stuff we really need to be invested in. Why they got such a hold on us in this area?
Brandon, only a few men.
It's not going to be a few. Go ahead, because this is just the beginning. But go ahead.
A lot of people don't describe to OnlyFans because they don't got the money to pay it.
But, okay, that's fair enough. But it's a big industry, and it's
it is
right. And millions of dollars are going to this for pictures and videos that you could probably get somewhere else for free anyway. But why is that such, like, it seems like men can't fight against that kind of stuff?
It's this opportunity. You got to remember how the society made it so hard to attract a real life woman. Mm-hmm. Some guys are resorting into going on a different route, going on social media, going on the AI girlfriend. I wish I had a bunch of nerds. We could have our own site. You get your own girl. Tell me who you're looking for. We design a girl. You type to it, they talk it back to you.
So you would be in favor of doing that if we could, instead of trying to empower men a different way to not coach them up, because a lot of people try to coach men up to approach women and do that kind of thing, like the Fresh and Fit or the Manosphere stuff. But you don't even need any of that. You just need to be yourself. And I think people are scared to be themselves, and they don't want to put themselves out there, and they feel like women only want certain things, so they don't have a chance. So they have to go the AI way or to pay a fee a month for somebody's OnlyFans.
Well, Brandon had me confused. I do agree for me making money off that. All right. And I'm not breaking the law of making it. Okay. And like I said before, is the standards are so high that your average male can't reach them.
So is that women are their fault that they have the standards? Because you sent me something and I kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit. Who was that chick? It was one of them, the City Girls or Moneybag. Yo, let me look at let me text real quick just so I can. Glorilla. That's who it is. But I'm gonna read her tweet. Or do you got to pull up? You want to?
I don't think I got to pull it up because you surprised me on this one. You going off the cuff.
Right. So this is what Glorilla tweeted, and she's a female rapper. She's in the Black community. So y'all believe in marriage in this generation? I couldn't just see myself FW. I don't know what that is, but with one N too long. N start N'ing, and after the first 6 months and a baby, I'm gonna start N'ing right after N. So how do you feel about that?
I think this is the post right
here. That's it. Mm-hmm. So she's blaming us because she already know how we're going to be after a couple of months.
So y'all believe in marriage in this generation? I couldn't just see myself with one
effing with.
with okay, effing okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Effing with one Negro for a long time. Start okay. Brandon, in today's society, will you tell your daughter she need to, if it's a good guy, do she need to mess with that guy for a long time?
If it's a good guy, yes.
Yeah.
What you mean a long time? Just dating a good guy? Yeah.
No, should she seek long-term relationships or everything should be short, Brandon? What you think?
She should seek a long-term relationship.
What's the benefits of long-term relationship, Brandon?
Well, it's like beneficial if you're trying to build something. If you're having short-term relationships, it's just you're not really getting anywhere. It's just living in the moment type of thing instead of planning for your future.
If you get sick, which relationship you have a better chance working with you to help you? A short-term relationship or a long-term, Brandon?
A long-term.
Why is that?
Because you've already built trust with somebody. You've got a rapport with them. Y'all got a connection. It's not just a one-night stand thing. So that person's going to have feelings for you and try to take care of you.
So once this fast food worker woman got some money, now she can't see herself with one person for a long time. It's when people taste that candy. And now they think different.
Right.
But this is bad advice. Man and
but this is propaganda, just like John Leguizamo stuff. This is just what they put out there to deter people from trying to build something with somebody.
What do you
think?
She said it. This is what she said, right?
Yeah, that's true. She did.
What do you think what's her background, Brandon?
Well, I didn't know she worked at fast food and she started rapping and now she's a millionaire, hopefully.
You think she had a father in her life?
Probably not. He might have been there some.
You think she came from a single parent or a
She might have.
How many siblings you think she had?
She probably got a couple brothers.
I don't know. I think she probably got around 6 or something.
Six brothers.
No, 6 siblings. I don't know.
Siblings. I got you. But that's still high.
So she may not know what marriage is because she never experienced like most people.
Right.
And she may not know the benefits of it.
Right. And I think that is a problem. People if you haven't seen it, you don't really know that's what you want to strive for. Or, if you just seen a single parent home and you just think all men aren't going to be around, that's what you may start to expect, right? You're not going to have faith in somebody being real.
And when Negroes start Negroing after the first 6 months, what's that? What's Negroing, Brian?
When I hear that just means not being committed in a relationship. And she didn't even say, they were in a relationship. And I think sometimes the communication isn't there. I think sometimes you'll go out on a date with a woman and y'all haven't even communicated what this is or what we're doing. And two people are doing two different things and you're not on the same page and you just never will be after that.
So Negroing is not communicating.
That's a piece of it. It's a piece of it.
But after
that's I'm saying that's having sex with other people.
But after 6 months, baby, I'm gonna start Negro to ride along with a Negro. Man, burn it now.
Right, that's just foolishness. But like I say, that's what our culture is based upon, and I wish we could see how many people like that in some of the comments because I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with that. That's a powerful statement she just said right there, and a lot of people agree with her.
You know what I think about Gorilla is? I think before she was famous, she was a nice young lady.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was probably kind,
humble, maybe.
I think how her teeth look, she had to be humble,
right?
but she was humble. I believe
Probably didn't get a lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Just
nah. I say
Well-
she'll probably follow a lot of dudes.
right.
Yeah, a lot. Brandon, she wasn't fat.
But I'm not saying it like that. But what I'm saying is, certain people get more attention than certain women get more attention than other women, and it's based on a lot of things. She's just a small woman, and sometimes men just not looking for her shape. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she was young.
She was young for sure.
She ain't ugly.
No, she's not. No, she's not. But
nice and kind.
Right. But now, right?
She knew how to flip them hamburgers, so she make it cook at the house. You know,
Possibly.
And she could have had an abortion. So she was fine. But I think the money, I can't.
I think it's a little bit of money and just society what they're pushing for women, and like we talked about that a bunch of times on here. It's just more of this rhetoric. If you seeing this propaganda, we're gonna call it that, or just this point of view from women, it's just gonna you're gonna see that every day. Every day, men aren't S, and black women need to be just doing their own thing. You need to be independent. Don't worry about a man. Don't get married. Do your own thing. Have fun. City girls, hot summer, all that kind of stuff. And that's just what you're gonna do. And is it anybody on the other side telling men to slow down, try to build a family? You know, be choosy about who you're dating and who you're having sex with and that kind of stuff. You don't really see that.
Now let's look on the other side. Cardi B. Now this Dominican young lady.
Is she black, by the way?
No.
Okay.
She raps about the same stuff that Glorilla used to rap about.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe her background, now she was a stripper.
Yeah.
And she could have been a hustler. But I believe her background was a little different. She got a whole bunch of money, Brandon.
Mm-hmm. How?
By her talents. She has talents. She's a great
bartender.
Person. Huh?
You said before she got rich, or
no? She got talents. No, currently she got great. She's a great performer.
Okay.
She got a whole bunch of money. Why she had the money? She got married very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think she got married very quickly, Brandon?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know why she married Offset. I really don't know.
But I believe she's probably most likely faithful in that relationship. Offsets could be near growing around, but I believe she's probably faithful in that relationship.
I think she may have traditional values and want a husband, and want to try to do something like that. And she said, well, I think I can, he may have his flaws, but I think I might stick around with this guy and try to build something.
Now, per this, they said her parents was married.
Mm-hmm.
So she saw marriage growing up, and she wanted marriage when she got older, and then let that money influence her. Now, is that man black or white, Brandon?
He is. If I saw him, he might look like a white man. So.
All right. How about that? The woman right here, black or white?
If those are my choices, I'll say white.
All right. So that was her parents. So is she black or white? Well, but we can tell by her name. We can tell by the name.
Right.
But yeah, so it's what you grow up.
Yeah.
And this is horrible advice. This advice will leave you.
But why put it out there? Because it helps you. It helps her. It builds this image, and builds her name up. But it's not, like I said, it's not good advice at all.
Well, she put a lot of things out there that she can recap. Should take off, but she got as an image to uphold. She got to keep the girls ratchet up into the max.
But why? But do you see any other groups doing stuff like this on a daily basis?
No,
but it's mainly just us.
No, usually people. Well, not usually, but usually people like to get married. It's a lot of benefits comes out of it. Or not even marriage, even long-term relationships.
Yeah.
It's a lot of benefits.
So you're not going to see Tom Hanks tweeting anything like, about him being single, or they just don't do it. Like those celebrities and the people they have, like who's I don't even know any white. Well, like Eminem. What's something Eminem has said? That's a huge white rapper. He said some stuff in
Eminem is in his 50s. Why would he say anything?
well, brother, do you not hear from Brother Love, Puff Daddy? We hear from our people more often, and that's our culture.
What you hear from Puff Daddy, Brandon?
Well, number one, he's dating one of the city girls. They called
that off, but he's dating multiple women at the same time. So,
but that's a message he's putting out. Like, I'm gonna be doing my thing. I've had a long-term girlfriend. She passed away. Now I'm just kind of doing my thing, and that's what we all see. Like, we don't see a lot of. We see Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they don't really speak or they don't really talk. And when they do, it's to push an album. But we see more of a single man living a single life, having fun, or a woman doing the same.
Do Sean Combs come outside say I'm dating 5 women at the same time, or do paparazzi take pictures soon? What you think?
Or do his girlfriends post or comment going back and forth? And I think
he ain't doing that, posting that stuff.
I think he came out and said the city girl, that was his shorty wop. I think he called her that's my shorty wop, because he wouldn't claim her and she wanted him to claim her. So
did he have a camera in his face when he said that?
No, he didn't have a camera in his face.
Oh, he posted that.
He might have done a video. I can't really
you see
recall.
What I'm talking about? You see?
So you saying it's more of the media doing it than.
Well, the one with Glorilla, that was a post somebody on her team did out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I think Puff Daddy that now he too much.
The outlets run with what they run with, and they building this stuff up. Like she's free to tweet whatever she wants to do, but it's when it turns into a bigger thing because it's being pushed and being liked by a lot of people. And we gotta be careful what we like. And you can like some of that stuff, but it has to be balanced. We don't have any balance.
Well, I don't know. It's a class. It's classes. So if a person want to have some class, young ladies, if you want to have some class, you won't listen to nothing that young lady says. Nothing. Because she ain't come for class. You can't be taught class. You gotta be you got to grow up with it.
Because I don't think we want to see somebody with class rapping. We want to see the lower, not necessarily lower, but we want to see.
Last time
we want to see ratchet stuff. That's what we like. We like ratchet behavior.
Last time a person demanded class, they ragged on her because they say, "I won't date a guy who drives the bus." Maybe it was a class issue. She don't want to date a guy who drives the bus.
So, but how do you feel about that? She can
do what she want to do.
But does that further? Because when you say stuff, that kind of furthers the divide we got. Like, what's wrong? What if I drive a bus and you don't have to date me because I drive a bus, but it just puts out. It's like, well, you just I don't make enough money. Is that what it's all about? And you just want a man with money?
The same reason I'm gonna date somebody on welfare, on Section 8.
And why not?
It's a class issue.
Or maybe I think that's cleaner. That's a cleaner way to say it than because that's what other races do. That's what other people do. You know, they handle it that way. Just same with John Leguizamo. He's like, look, I'm a white man. At the end of the day, I'm mixed with white. I'm up here, so we trying to look out for the people that's down here. We on the same team, but you down here. I'm up here.
No, I didn't say. I said date. I said date, Brandon.
Okay.
All right, that's the difference. Now he tried to oppress. You know, I said date and typically like being a long-term relationship. Now I'll bust it down.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You putting somebody down though. You suppressing them because of their class, like you say, because they're on a program, a government assistant program. Is that fair?
I said no.
But shouldn't love win? Like, it shouldn't matter what we do on this earth. It should be about the person.
So the nice person, great as she could be, 6 different baby daddies.
You got to deal with it. You got to excuse all that stuff. Don't even worry.
I don't have the right. I don't have the right saying that. Man, I don't know. She made some bad choices in the past. Make another one with me.
That's fair. And that's what Kevin Samuels used to say, and I think that's what made people mad. But just like women can have their preferences and what they want and what they can't deal with, men can have it too. So if we want to let you have it, we have to have our own stuff too.
Like the video we posted with
right.
Charleston White said about John Morant. He said John Morant ain't never grew up in a bad household.
Right.
He ain't never had to go to bed, get hit across your head, go to bed hungry while you trying to sleep and hear your mama have sex in the next room.
Right.
Cigarette and black and mild and weed smoke coming up underneath the door.
But a lot of people want to have that experience or have that part of their resume. Like I had to do it. But you can say that when you're privileged and you didn't really have to go through it.
I don't want to have to go through. I don't want to have to deal with none of that trauma.
But
I don't want to have
that makes you. But you see that. Go ahead.
By picking up no rat traps when I'm behind.
But
I don't want that.
But our culture, we look at black men who had to go through harder times as realer, and I think that's the issue. He wants to be viewed as a real N when he doesn't even have to do that. He can just be a black man who plays basketball well and has a lot of money and is successful.
I'm just trying to say sometimes people don't want to date a person with those type of wild backgrounds.
You're right.
A fine lady, extra fine, pretty, cook well, but she got 6 baby daddies.
So that's a deal breaker. Because people don't understand what that entails. Like that means if you're with that person long term, you're gonna have to deal with at least half of the baby daddies because some of them may not be there, but you're gonna have to deal with the baby daddies and the kids.
And all the kids under 10 years old. So they always action on in the house. Always go.
And that's a lot. That's financially, that's a lot to deal with. So
piss all around the back, around the commode. Dishes always in the sink. Stuff is always on the floor. Brandon, how many childs you got?
I have 1.
How's that by 6? How will your
right? But like you say, you're gonna have at some point you're gonna have a babysitter. So and a couple of them, and some people some kids doing work around the house, cleaning up.
All of them under 10, Brandon. You see the ages I use.
I hear you, but just hang in there a little bit.
Kids.
As soon as one of them hit 13.
6, 5, 4, 3, and 1. Ain't gonna be enough babysitters come around for all that.
Right. And Kendra G has a lot of that on her show, and I think those women don't understand why that men who making 6 figures may have an issue if you have a bunch of kids.
Man, I don't want to say this about black people.
Black
people are some of this uninformed people in the damn world, man.
Well, we know what's going on with celebrities. We're informed when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Because you said a number. Now I can put this number. Yeah, I can put this number on the screen, Brandon. Now, in my experience, no, I want to know in your experience, is that a lot of money?
Now, it's not a lot of money.
Well, hold on. Now, people jumped on me on Kitchen G Comic Session. You don't know what you're talking about. 100,000 is nice, a comfortable lifestyle, Brandon.
And I hate we gotta be like this, but listen, because we opened a restaurant, we put a lot of money into it. We know about how much money it is. It's just not a lot of money. It used to be a lot of money. I remember when I was in high school, I was like, man, if I made $40,000 a year, I'm straight. I'm good. Because I know my mom made maybe 50, 60, and we would live a pretty decent. So if I could get there out of high school and maybe early 20s, I'll be all right. But $100,000 in this inflated economy, that's not a lot of money, especially depending on what city you live in. And you live, in the north, correct?
I do.
I'm not sure how much housing is, but apartment here is it's not a super big apartment. It's not super nice. It's pretty nice. It's $2,000 a month. That's
How many bedrooms?
It's 2 bedrooms.
Gotta be one up here.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's $2,000 a month. That's a lot of money. And that's just living. We're not talking about vehicles and insurance and kids. To be able to live and people like to travel now. They like to go out to drink. They like to go out to eat. Is places more expensive than they were back in the day or less expensive? They're more expensive. And when you're in a city, do you have to pay for parking for a city?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, you park in the wrong area, that's a ticket. You may get towed.
But Brandon, this is what they say. They say
that's a good point you about to make too. Go ahead.
They say 100,000 is a lot of money, but in all actuality, it's really not.
Right. And like you say, you think you making a certain amount of money a year, but like you say, your money is taxed every time you get a paycheck.
Now, I just did with regular taxes.
Right.
People don't know you pay federal taxes. Brady knows about this. You pay Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
You pay Social Security. And earlier in this episode, I said it's going to be a reparation bill for the illegal immigrants. They ain't put nothing in Medicare. They ain't put nothing in Social Security, but they're going to say, I want the money when I retire.
Right. How that's going to work.
But we paying that now. So we paying 6%, 8% this in that stuff. And you got your state taxes. You got all your other taxes. Brandon, now this is a lot of money right here. It's
what, 100,000?
No, it's $1,346 a lot of money.
Is it a lot of money? No, it's not. It sounds like a lot of money.
It sounds like a lot.
It's not a lot of money.
But when
we sound elitist. I'm sorry, we may do. If you talk to us when we in high school, you say 1,300
6 years ago, huh?
Right. But that's just what happens when you're doing more and you're experiencing more in the world and you're going in different avenues, you're investing. You kind of see where like other people have way more money than you and they're doing way more things and you're not able to do much because you thought you were making a lot of money and you're very comfortable and you're kind of stagnant, but you're not really making that much money. So you kind of feel like you need to do more.
That it was that car payment, right?
Yes.
When people say comfortable, I don't think they know. So I think they grew up with them roaches and rats.
But that's what I'm about to say. This is a lot of money if you depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
But like if I talk to somebody I don't want to say just white people because white people have more money, but like
they do. That's a fact. They do. That's a fact.
If you give, you may think you're comfortable, but if you give your salary to somebody else, they may kill themselves because they're not going to know how to live, or they just see money a different way.
Now look at this, Brandon. I just broke. Now this is what they talk about 100,000 a lot. Now a car payment is $600, right? Insurance is $150, so that's $750 just in the car and insurance, and all your house and stuff. Just say $2,000, so that's $2,750. It takes a lot of weeks. It's 4 weeks in a month, right?
Right.
I ain't put food on here.
Right, no food, no clothes, you ain't no shoes, no school supply, none of that kind of stuff.
So roughly half of your income off of your 100,000 is going into a car payment, insurance, and housing.
Not to
And
mention,
we didn't talk about. See, this is why you need to listen to Man in the Metaverse. We didn't talk about retirement yet. We didn't talk about savings. We didn't talk about child care. We didn't talk about clothes. We didn't talk about car maintenance.
Right. And we were talking about enrolling my daughter because we were saying we may do real school, and we were looking at some of the schools. I think one of the schools was like, I think it was like a private school. I can't remember what my wife told me. It was $2,000 a week it was probably $2,000 a week, either $2,000 a week or $2,000 a month. But just imagine how are you? But that's what I'm saying. Your money's gone. My money's gone for sending my daughter to a school. You know what I'm saying? So is $100,000 a lot of money? No, it's not a lot of money. It's a good amount of money for sure.
At the end of the day, $100,000. If you pay your taxes, if you pay 15% for your retirement, if you pay taxes at 15% for your retirement and all withdrawals, you working with around $50,000 cash you go work with. So what kind of lifestyle? I ain't really put that in there. Right. What kind of lifestyle are you working with $50,000? Are you comfortable, Brandon?
No, and you a single man, you got to go out. You're trying to court a young lady, maybe. So you're going out on these nice dates. You're trying to impress people. Like that stuff adds up. You got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got cable, you got internet. You got to have 3-tier speed internet now because you got all these smart devices. Like it's a lot goes into your monthly bills, and you may not even realize it. So.
And watch this: 100,000 in 2017, right? Is the equivalent of probably about 140 now. with all the inflation, year over year, inflation is going up 10% for 3 years. That's 30%. Stuff costs 30% more during the pandemic, Brandon.
Right. And did we all get 30% raises? At our job, so
did not. The prices go up so fast. Walmart don't have time to update the stickers on the labels. So when you go to Walmart, if you buy something like some jeans or something, remember the prices in your head. Because what usually happens, they raise the price, but they change the sticker.
Right.
So your jeans cost the tag says $24, but you got there talking about $29. I get that.
Right.
And then they change it for you.
Right. I don't think. Go ahead.
And that's almost with almost everything at Walmart.
Right. And I don't think people really realize it. I think some people do. And we have a restaurant, so I see a lot of DoorDash drivers. And I guess in my mind, before entering this, I would think just, you will see a bunch of maybe Kias and just people with like just regular kind of cars. But it's people with Acuras, Benzes, Cadillac, Escalades, like doing DoorDash. And you would never think these people would be doing DoorDash. But these are the people who are doing DoorDash. They have regular jobs, but having a salary. It may be close to 100. I mean, I'm not going to say that, but it could be. You never know how much they could be making, but it's not enough whatever they're making, and they got to make some money on the side too.
I signed up for Walmart Plus.
Me too. 30, I got it.
30 days by May. Keep this one. I cancel my Prime. With me,
Amazon
I'm kind of skippy. I cancel that. I do the 30 days. Say, okay, cancel. Boom. I put it in my phone. But I may keep Prime. Person pull up. Nicole came down. Who got that Infinity truck outside?
Right. Like, wait, you're the driver.
She was like, it's the garage door open. She thought somebody better rob because they roll up. Who got the Infinity truck outside? I hope I didn't delete it off my phone. I got a person who dropped off. What's when you drop off the door, do the groceries? What's the grocery one?
Grocery pickup. What you talking about? Like Walmart thing?
No, not the Walmart. What's the groceries one? Instacart.
Instacart. Yeah. Instacart.
The guy pulled up here in a new Mercedes Benz.
Right.
Red. Cool. Check out with the groceries. The day guy across the street. Got the groceries off. Pull off.
But you wouldn't think that's who would be picking up this stuff. You would think it'd be lower class people with these regular cars and they running them in the ground. Nah, it's luxury cars all over the city.
That car payment. People, here's the trick. I rarely met a person who got 2 jobs. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Here's the thing. A person should have one job. That one job should be able to pay everything, all their bills.
Okay.
Your second job should only be for investments.
Are you saying career? Like if you're in your career or
no, period. Well,
because you may be in a school or you
okay, when you get older, one job pay all your household living expenses, your retirement, all this. Your next job will pay for like your investments. If you want something a little extra, it should not never pay for your living. Correct. Because if you do that, you just dig yourself in the
right. You don't realize it. And that's one of the good, male or female. That's one of the good reasons you could get married, so you could balance some of that stuff out with somebody else. And that's kind of what marriage is. You're balancing out responsibilities. So if you're single, you got to get up, you got to cook, you got to make sure you're washing all your clothes, you got to do all this stuff. You got to go to work, got to come home, you got to cook, take trash out. But if you're in a partnership, if you're in a marriage or a long-term relationship with somebody else, y'all are kind of balancing out different things together, working together. So it's not as stressful on one person.
Now I'm going to keep talking, Brian. I got to pull it up.
Okay. But but a lot of people are against dating or against being in a long-term relationship when it's a lot of benefits. I know people think that if you stuck with one person, you're miserable and you're not going to be happy, because if you go out to the clubs, you see everybody having fun, they posting drinks and stuff like that. That seems like the life you would want to be, but those people are lonely too. It's pros and cons with both sides. Okay,
all right, let me see here. All right, I'm going to show some of my personal business right here. Now, this is one of my brokerage accounts. Brandon, what's the price on that?
$38,000.
That came from $20 here, $15 here.
But no, that's impossible. No, that's impossible. You can't build any money doing things that way. It's going to take too long, and it's never going to happen.
It took a long time, Brady.
But do we have time? People act like we don't have time, and you have to rush, and you have to jump into stuff and try to find shortcuts.
You have time when you're younger. So in your 20s and your early 30s, you have a little time. Mainly in your 20s, your 30s,
and it's kind of like basketball. That's when you're in your prime.
Yes. So over time, I say I started this account in 2016. How many years that was ago, Brandon?
2016, carried about 7 years.
7 years ago. How much that says in there?
Where? Which one?
Right
the
here.
38,000.
Yeah. Now watch this. Is that a lot of money, Brandon?
Is it a lot of money to have in an account? Yes.
I say it's a lot of money.
Yes, to have an account. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
All right, let's divide. You said how many years?
7.
Divided by 7. Divided by 12. Divided by 4. So that's $113 a week, Brandon. Over 7 years. You see what I'm saying? It's not. It's even not that much, because you see this. You see that?
Yeah,
okay, you can't see the screen. You can't see the screen. Okay, yeah, you can't see my calculator, but you see this plus.
Yeah.
So that's under $100 and something a week.
Yeah, because you got your gains doing, with your stocks or whatever you was putting in money in for.
And this is 2000. When my grandma passed, she gave me $2,000. $2,000 is in that. For a few years, when I get a tax return, I put $1,000 in that. Sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace, $20 in that.
But Lewis, why didn't you, when you got that $2,000, why didn't you go buy some shoes? Why didn't you go take a trip to Miami? Why you ain't buy some Gucci? You could have bought some Gucci shoes.
I'm going to waste my grandma's hard work. Hard work.
Right.
She has it. I think she put a life insurance on for me and my sister $4,000. My sister got 2, I got 2. I go waste that money on some BS that I don't even have.
Yeah,
and that's my grandma money.
Nah,
when people give me something like that, I keep it for a while.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way to look at money. Like the money that you made, how hard did you have to work to get that money? So when you're spending it or you're blowing it or you're tricking it or whatever you're doing with it, just think about the time and effort that you put in to make the money.
Correct. People don't see I was walking the dogs and saw a bike somebody was about to throw out. I grabbed that bike, took it home, put air in the tires, put it on Facebook Marketplace for $75. I got it for free. $75, and it sold within a week. People don't see that.
Right.
You know, you can't see there's a door right here. I probably had at least 4 damn bikes in 3 years. People throw out little kid bikes, old people bikes. I pick them up.
Do you have a lot of knowledge about bikes? I know this is random, but I want to get a good bike, but I don't know what kind of bike to get.
So you want a bike to last you 10, 15 years. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and I can go on a bike trail with my bike.
Oh. So what? Okay. Ooh. So you want how big the bike trail?
Well, it's like I've been on one where it's like, you know, a legit one where they got like a novice course and an intermediate course. Because let me tell you, I had a Walmart bike, and you know that's cool. But listen, that's cool if you're riding around the neighborhood, right? I said, let me take my bike. Let me take this bike on one of these courses.
Okay, tell me what happened.
The door and handlebars start coming up. So I barely made it through the course. Well, because you know how the handlebars is, the things start turning down, and because it's when you on them courses, those are real courses, and it's real punishment on your bike. And, and if you riding around the block, that's cool. But when you start hitting stuff and stuff start loosening up, and you don't have your bike tuned up right, you in trouble. So I barely made it out. You know, they got little hills and stuff. I was about to kill myself out there.
Now, this is a weird question that Brandon asked me.
Okay.
In 2014, me too, I was maybe 300 pounds. Me too, I bought a Walmart bike. I bought a Dick's Sporting Goods bike. And I bought another Dick's Sporting. All 3 broke within a week. All 3.
Right.
Within a week. So, instead of spending versus like 120, 250. I bought one for $500 by Specialized, whatever. And I had it since 2015. It's going on 10 years. I have not break the bike yet.
And that's what I'm looking for, because you know they got cheap bikes and they got bikes that cost $2,000.
No, you don't need no $2,000.
I want something in the middle that makes sense for me.
You probably, if you want to do that, Brandon, you probably need a bike that costs between $800 and $1,000. Trek makes a lot of those bikes. Now those bikes, Brandon, you go. It's like I said, I broke Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods bike in a week.
No time, right?
No trail, just gravel. This gravel. All you had to do is get up and crank.
Right.
Time when you're up. I learned I don't even do that no more. I learned I don't, because I don't want to. I probably won't break the bike I have now, but I don't want to test it.
Right. And that's what happened to me on the trail. You know, you start standing up and try to pedal hard. You know, you start unscrewing the handlebar screws and stuff like that. And
that happened to me too. the handlebar come up, did the seat will go down.
Right. And now I need to find a good seat too, because it just seemed like them seats be painful, especially you trying to ride and stuff. But I said I'm gonna get into that a little bit more.
Well, you said you want a mountain bike, so a comfortable seat is not. really designed for that. But yeah, you could get a cruise. I got a cruiser seat on my bike. I have something
That's what I
called
will get.
I have a bike they call a hybrid. So it's made for light gravel in the road. But you're gonna need something. You're gonna need a mountain bike. See, my bike is made for it's between light gravel and the road, so it'll ride a little faster on a regular road than a mountain bike.
I got you.
But yeah, you're gonna need a mountain bike. I was gonna get into that probably about 8 years ago.
Do you still ride? Like how? Because talking about men being healthy and stuff like that. We need to walk more. We need to ride bikes more. You can't.
I rode last week. No, I rode Friday. I rode my bike Friday. I'm still trying to build my knee up. Before my knee went out, I usually ride probably about 15 miles.
I got you. That's
good. On the trail. But 15 miles, that's an hour, Brady.
Yeah, but that's still good. But a lot of people don't do any of that stuff. Like we just drink, we chilling, eating. And
I'm drinking. I'm chilling. I mean,
but it's good to. It's still good to get out and get some exercise. And I'm pretty sure y'all got some nice nature trails to walk on too. Some water.
I drove around the block. I rode to a park with the drone on my back. So I went out there. I flew the drone, took some pictures, because you don't do your drone a lot. You lose your natural controls of it. Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've flown mine, but I'm gonna try to get out there again.
Because when you driving a lot, you could be like a video game.
Yeah.
But when you come back, you be like, hold on, how you
right? Which of my left is right and right? Which one?
Yeah.
Which one? I got you.
So, but Brandon, I'll look into these brands. I have a specialty, but Trek makes a lot of bikes. And make sure you wear a helmet. You got a family. You go look goofy. I wear a helmet now.
No, when I went on that bike trail, I had a helmet on. You look fun. You look funny, but I could have died on that trail because you're going down. It's trees. All you need to do is lose control just a second and hit a tree in the middle of nowhere.
But ain't it fun? Ain't it
it's
a
fun.
rush?
It's fun. And then nothing. My brakes went out. Like I was doing
how
the
your brakes went out.
They just kind of lock. You know how you doing it too hard and it just locked up. It just locked up on the tire. So I had to kind of let the back brake go, like just to break it. And I just had one set of brake in the front.
Yeah, when you get this mountain bike, you won't brake on the tire. Yours probably have rotors. Okay. And maybe hydraulic brakes. So
and because they got electric bikes too now, and I was kind of looking at those are way out of budget. But I'm just saying.
No, electric bikes is a different story, Brandon. Like
how so? That's more for being in a city, traveling. Like that's that more kind of thing. But
here's the thing. I want me an electric bike. Maybe get back to this thing. But good electric bikes is probably made by the good bike companies.
What you mean good? Like good bicycle companies?
Yeah,
motorcycle. Okay.
No, good bicycle. Like these are good companies right here. So their electric bikes will probably last a long time without tearing up.
Yeah,
I got a feeling the electric bikes that's on the market is probably like Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods bikes.
I wouldn't do that.
No, but you know what it is.
Yeah.
It's so cheap.
Right.
Like,
but just think if you could travel instead of using your car, say how much you would be saving on gas and just being outside. It's just a different experience.
Like,
I think it'd be worth it.
Here's an electric bike I wanted. I wanted this brand. It's real cheap, but remember, I recommend a brand to get a mountain bike for $1,000. It's non-electric. This son of a gun.
It's electric at under $1,000.
This son of a gun's electric under $1,000, and it got suspension on it. Man, is that thing gonna blow a gasket?
Right. But
you don't know. You don't know.
And you live in a big city, and sometimes they have those electric bikes or the mopeds and stuff like that. Have you ever been on those? Because I know when we went to St. Louis, I was getting ready to try to do that, but for some reason the system was down.
Nah, I never been on that. You remember my cell phone? I keep my cell phone. I get 2 cell phones every decade. So my Note 4 before this one was Justin had the Note 4. I had a Note 4 too. My Note 4. That thing was for 2014. Man. I
But
I
right. I still, that's the last. I'm trying to think what Note I had. I think I had the Note 4 too, but which is a great phone, but I converted over to Apple.
That phone is 9 years old now. It came out 2014.
But it was a good phone, and I think they're getting away from, because your Note 4, you can probably take the card out, right? The SIM card. I mean, not the SIM card, but the storage card. You know, the SD card. I think they're trying to get away. They're trying to get away
all
from
that stuff. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, they getting away from that because to get you to have a higher thing on your phone. But I was debating during the pandemic. I was debating about getting one of these, but about storing, you had to store it though.
All right.
This one folds in half, but you still got to store it.
Yeah.
And I don't have a truck. Brandon have a big SUV to put. I couldn't put this in the car.
All right. Well, just get you a pickup truck. Get you a little what's the thing? A Wrangler? I mean, not a Wrangler, but a Ranger, a Ford Ranger.
I'll probably eventually get my dad's truck once it comes down to that point, because he can't drive no more.
Mm. But that's something I want to get an electric bike, doing some canoeing. I still want to get a canoe.
What kind of canoe? A motor or?
But I think because you had the one with a motor. Well, not. I'm just not gonna say that. But you've been on the water with a motor, and I think you told me you should get a motor because you.
I've been on the water with a John boat. with a trailer. Now, besides my father's boat, but I've been on the water with a John boat and with a trailer motor on it, and you never know what's going to happen, Brady.
Right.
You know, why you put extra $400, $300?
How long you gonna do that at age 38? Just in case.
You do it. Let something happen. You got to get in. let it start lightning out there. You do it then. But I get a trailer motor because they don't cost that much, Brady.
Yeah.
And you had that thing. You've been gone.
Right. And it's pretty I guess compact, right?
No,
because I still want something compact.
No, it's a trailer motor, Brandon.
Okay, but how big is it?
It's small. The biggest thing is to be the battery. Hello.
I can't put that in my book bag though.
Can you put a canoe in your book bag?
No, I can't. But I want to have my book bag and a canoe, and my fishing rod.
So hold on. So you could be walking through the woods with a canoe, walking a mile in the woods.
I could be pulling my canoe and my fishing rod attached to it, but I'm just saying I would want something compact, but I'd be okay if I had to bring that out. I wouldn't complain too much because it might save my life.
It'll make your trip more fun, man.
Why you say that?
Because you can focus. You don't have to worry about reserve. Watch this. You know, remember with these bikes. You remember with the bikes. Why I used to go out? You know why I didn't go past 15 miles?
Why?
Cause I said, shit, I don't got no tire repair kit. I don't know. I got it now. I got no tire repair kit. I don't know. I can walk this back.
You're right, because that's a long walk.
And that happened one time.
Oh yeah.
When I had my foot and my foot was doing that thing.
I had to leave my bike. I had to leave that bike.
I left it. But see, I keep it locked on it. I keep a lock on it. So I locked it up. I had to walk way back to the car. But I got that down packed now, man. Keep the extra tire repair kit.
I got you.
And don't buy that slime. That slime works good until it clogs up the nipple.
What are you talking about? Like the little stuff to pump up your tire, like the same stuff on your car?
So if
fix a flat kind of stuff.
Yeah, fix a flat.
Oh yeah.
Don't get that.
Right.
Because what happened is last year I put the slime up there, rolled good. Then it got flat. No, halfway flat. But I couldn't put air in it. That's okay. I gotta repair it. So I took it out. I couldn't repair it, man. I had to put a brand new tube in there because it locked up. It locked up the nipple part, so you couldn't put air in it.
I got you.
Yeah. But Brandon, get your trolling motor, man. The battery on the back like that. Let me see this guy. Oh.
Shoot, and the battery too.
That's why I say you ain't walking through no woods. No, that's why you got the battery. You find where you want to input. You input. Do you troll where
you want to go? I got you.
Yeah, where you wanted to go. What you walking through the woods for? Like you 19 years old.
Right.
To catch some fish. You might ain't catch.
And not to mention, I had my drone out there too.
They spell canoe.
Canoe. But they got a bunch of different kind of canoes too. So
you could buy a real one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a real one. And I'm gonna get the 2-person one just in case.
Who come out there with you?
My daughter, probably.
Oh Lord,
hopefully.
She like that?
Kinda. She would want to go.
You know what's crazy?
What?
1 year ago, I was on a canoe. No, 7 years ago, I was on a canoe.
And how was it? I can only imagine it be nice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My uncle was trying to. And I probably would still get it and try it. He got one of the inflatable ones though. I said
that was 7 years ago today.
Oh yeah,
that's the code back of your head.
I can't really see it because the what's it called, the other screen on there.
That was 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's one of the ones I want to get.
Yeah, that's with no motor on that one.
Right.
See, but brother, this is what you need right here. You got that, you'll be good.
Right. Drop right in the water, just go wherever I need to go. Not even have to worry about it.
Well, you still have your you still have your paddle. Or you may get the one. Do they got the thing?
The foot one, yeah, I forgot it because I was looking up a bunch of different ones. They got the ones you can pedal, but I don't think I would want to do it because that sounds good, but you tired, you don't even feel like doing it. You might just want the motor.
But why do you want a canoe, Brandon? Why do you want this?
Just to venture out, like I say, do some fishing, just to kind of just be out, just to relax. I want because I would want a boat. I can't afford a boat right now, so not saying that's the next best thing, but I do enjoy being on the water. I do enjoy fishing. I want to get back to that. And you want to fish on the. You can fish on the surf or you can fish on the pier, but sometimes you want to hit some little areas that are right off the bank that you can't really get to walking to, because there's some fish over there.
If I have to sell my father's boat, I think he needs a little motor work done to it. I keep you in mind, Brandon.
Okay, I appreciate it.
But it's only like, here's the crazy. Watch this. That boat only touched the water like 8 times. I cleaned the boat off while I was down there and popped the engine. Man, all the engine stuff looked brand new.
That's crazy. How many times have y'all been out on the water? Because I think
like three or four.
Right.
And without me, about 3, so about 7 times that they been on the water.
All right, somebody comment. I have missed it. My phone's been passed down for 30 generations and battery runs on 20 minutes. Wow, that's somebody from Twitch. We stream on Twitch too. I haven't really ever checked our Twitch account, but people be watching over there, which is interesting.
But it's a very nice boat. The motor is very expensive. Let me see, can I find it? It's a Carolina skiff J17.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's all I would want to get. You got a trailer. The trailer nice too. Still.
Yeah, man. I told you there's nothing wrong with it. If it have, hopefully never had it comes down to that point.
Yeah. And you know how to back a trailer up. If you don't know and you've never done it, it could be a little tricky. But I drove trucks, so I'm kind of familiar with how that works. But
yeah, there it is right here.
Oh, that's nice.
That needs like 12 inches of water to float.
Mhm.
Well, you got to pull the boat up though. But
Yeah. But where have y'all been in the water? Or like I say, if we were both in Colombia and we say we're gonna go in the water, where would you go?
we'll probably go to Lake Waterweed, Murder Beach,
Lake Murray?
Lake Murray.
Mhm.
Went to a spot where they had some speedboats, but Lake Murray.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's a John boat. So it's made for this is not made for speed because under the boat it's not like this, it's flat.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's made to get in low areas that most boats can't go.
I got you.
But you get 40, 50 miles per hour.
That's all you don't need.
Yeah.
You don't even need that, really.
Now, if waves out there, you ain't driving this boat that fast because it rides on top of the water.
Right.
So waves, you be pow, pow. But
Yeah, your motion sickness though.
Nah, you ain't get no motion sickness.
Mm.
Well, that's it. That's it right here.
That's nice.
That's it. I think my dad paid $17 for it.
And where at? Where did he get it back in the day?
I think North Augusta.
I was talking to Lewis.
I think North Augusta.
I know my father-in-law. I'm talking about dads, but my father-in-law got a slingshot and he bought it.
Okay, you talking about with the jet
three
ski
wheels?
engine?
No.
The slingshots. Okay, on the road.
3 wheel
Okay,
thing. Yeah. I'm excited to drive that one because we Myrtle Beach culture. People go down and have them bikes for Bike Week and stuff like that. Memorial Day coming up soon, so I think he's gonna head back to our house and do Bike Week because in Bike Week not Memorial Weekend or is that a different?
It may be
I can't even remember.
After, or the week before.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't wait to drive that. He said it's pretty. I mean, it ain't fast, but it's those kind of things are fun to do. I think it's a 2021 maybe.
Oh, it's a new one. So okay,
but it's a stick shift.
Okay. Oh, what a regular like a car, like a motorcycle stick shift, like
it's a car stick shift. So he said it ain't bad, but like I say, I used to drive trucks. I didn't necessarily like switching gears driving trucks, but you said it's easier. I don't know. I just ain't never been a fan of that. When I'm driving, I don't want to do all that.
Well, you the professional truck driver. Why you need to switch them?
I just want to drive and chill, listen to some music. Oh, this shit there.
Yeah, that's true. This picture 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, the boat been out one time.
That's a nice boat too.
Yeah, since then the boat been out one time. Yeah, this 8 years ago. See, I found another.
But how many people do you think Black people are doing stuff like this nowadays? Like this is just not people's focus. This is my focus. This is what I would want to do on the weekend and stuff like that. I know we're all busy with a lot of different things, but we got to get back to some more traditional stuff because, like I said, I think it goes a long way as far as family and what you're trying to build. Sometimes,
well, Brandon, it costs money to have a boat because
it does.
The insurance on this boat is $120 a year.
Okay, you have some pair of Jordans. Okay,
you have to pay your property taxes. I know he paid it. I didn't look that up.
But through how to store it?
You gotta get tags for it.
Oh, okay. I got
you gotta get stickers for
it. That's crazy though. But that's how America works.
And I think it probably about $500 because they charge a lot for boat maintenance. Probably needs about $500, $600 of maintenance because when we had it out in 2017, it didn't want to the throttle didn't want to pick up for some reason.
Have you heard about the boat club thing that they say you can join? What you think about that? So just pull up, you'll get the keys and go ahead and just take off.
I say if you got the land, don't join no damn boat club like that.
Why not? Because it just sounds like a scam to me.
Because you ain't going. It's rarely people use boats like that a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think they will be on the water, but that's a whole day. Like if you're gonna dedicate it, cool, that's fine. But people don't really do that often, and they kind of know that. That's why they try to set you up like that. And like you say, how many times y'all been on the water? You just don't go on the water that much.
Yeah, I told you under 8.
Right.
Yeah, I told you it's under 8 times. Let's and watch this. This is from 2012. So the other one for 17. This is last time. This is 2012. This in I think Lake Murray, and this what we call those perches.
Mm-hmm, yeah, this one we like to eat too.
What, this perch right here?
Perch, yeah.
And
well, my wife especially.
And that's a bluegill, but yeah, those perches.
And we gotta go. We gotta do a fishing trip again. Like, remember when you came up to my grandparents' timeshare?
Shit, that's what I'm trying to do, but we can't get you to get off.
Right. Well, be changing soon, but because I was supposed to be trying to come up your way. I think that was in May, but this didn't end up happening because it's coverage and all that kind of stuff. But and what are those, crappie?
Nah, that's a bluegill. This is me in North Carolina. See, we need to do a whole episode on fishing because we
right.
Spend our audience.
That's what I'm about to say. So do you think you have the skills to fish? Like, how many years have you been fishing?
Brandon, I lost all. I put my pole in the water 3 weeks ago. I lost all my skills, man. No, not all, but because I used to be I'm a bluegill, a pan fisherman. And I used to walk the edge of like the rivers and stuff, but you got all these trees around, so I could
work.
I could put that thing right under the branch, across the stream and under the branches. I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, can I find one? Yeah, before we go, let me see, can I find one?
But now people act like fishing. I mean, it's a skill. Like, and you kind of have to know what you're doing, and you can kind of lose your skill. Like I say, if you're just not fluent in doing it and casting. And I've only done this maybe 3 times. Like fillet of fish that I've caught, just because I just don't do it.
Shit, the fish gotta be big to do that, or you gotta. You know what? I used to be so dorky. You see these sizes? I fillet one of these fish,
and I did it too. And it don't matter. And I eat it the same. I don't care.
It's the biggest waste of Brandon. You get less meat because it's the biggest.
It's practice, and it's just this what I did the same thing. My fish may be a little smaller than that. I fried a piece of that I filleted about this big, and I tore it up. Still the same.
Yeah, we need to do. Look how I look. I don't want to waste the material. We need to do one on fishing, because I do have a clip that last time we went fishing in North Carolina. We could talk about some of those hogfish, but that could be on a later date.
Okay, we'll try to do something like that, and I'll figure out what I can bring to the table.
Brandon, you want to call it a day?
Yeah, we'll call it. That was a pretty good episode. Okay. those are decent size though.
Nah, ain't no decent size.
It's decent. I bet you ate it. It was good.
What kind of fish? Hold on. That wasn't. I don't know what kind of fish this was. Cause there ain't no brown. I forgot.
And what was this? This was in North Carolina, you said?
Huh?
This was in North Carolina?
Yeah.
In your apartment in North Carolina?
Not a townhouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I live next to Jordan Lake up there. It was like 5 miles away.
Oh, okay.
And that's on our fishing episode.
I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll wrap it up.
All right, Brandon, this is a good thing. Let's go ahead and end the live.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you watched it, I know you're going to catch the replay. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out some of our other videos. We usually do these on Sundays, but we've had some hiccups here and there. But like I said, we'll be back. We've always got good content, good fresh content. It's not the same stuff you're going to hear everywhere else. So make sure you check us out. You want to say anything?
Y'all guys, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this out.
All right. Peace.